Hello everyone. I'm not so sure how many people has already joined this, but let's see. Hello everyone. I'm not so sure how many people have already joined this, but let's see. Hello everyone. I'm not so sure how many people have already joined this. Okay, anyway, I think I will just present it. I'm not so sure how to see if somebody is already inside here or not. So let's see. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. All right. So, hi everyone. My name is Lex. I'm uh, I'm founding Avengers called Motions Cloud and also a representative of EMA Career Ambassador for this startup school Europe 2014. So yes, I'm Lex, and if you want to know more about me, please connect me in LinkedIn, like bit.ly/LexTon, or you can connect me in Twitter as well, Lex at Lex Paradise. So yeah, so that's me, and I'm quite happy that I'm lucky that to be get invited to Startup School Europe, which is organized by Y Combinator, and then okay, in case that you are not from EMA, so so EMA So EMA is a Erasmus Mundus Student and Alumni Associations. Is a network for student alumni of all Erasmus Mundus Joint Program. So I'm part of Erasmus Mundus Association, which is this, and I'm representing EMA for this startup school in London. And also, yeah, I am also representing my own startup, which I'm founding Emotions Club startup to this startup school. So yeah, so this is Erasmus Mundus Association, and then this startup school actually organized by Y Combinators, but I'm not so sure if you know about this. But Y Combinator, it is most prestigious startup incubator in the world, and their graduate include 9 gigs, Scribe, Reddit, Airbnb, Dropbox, Heroku, and so on. Yeah, it's a very successful incubator and they are based in US. Yeah. So this time and then the startup school Europe is the first time organized in Europe. Yeah. So this startup school actually is a series of event that organized by Y Combinator. It was a 1 day event that led entrepreneurs and one of the entrepreneurs to participate in this event, and Y Combinator invite speakers, and those speakers are the founders and graduates from Y Combinators. And yeah, and yeah, so this is overview of Startup School Europe. So in these presentations, uh, I'm going to I'm going to introduce who's the speaker in the startup school event, and also I will highlight and try to cover the great tips that that they had shared in this event. So and I actually wanted to be more interactive, but I'm not so sure that you can access the question and answer board. And I'm not so sure if anybody joining this or not. But anyway, just continue. And if you miss it, then you can you can see the replay. Yeah. So let's go to the next one. So the speaker were there were like seven speakers on the stage, and the first speaker was Patrick Collision. So he's he's an Irish, and he founded Stripe. Stripe is a company that provides a way of for individuals and businesses to accept payment over the internet. So it is actually a plugin that can be installed for individual or for business so that they can accept payment from the internet. And just to let you know that all the speakers they had presented themselves on the in the event, they raised more than they already raised multiple millions of dollars from the investor, and also they have multiple millions of revenue every year. So they are very successful entrepreneurs. Yeah. And then the next one is Pandora Asian American founders. She founded Joy. That's an online platform connecting professional cleaners with clients. Yeah. And then Paul is the creator of Gmail and YC partner and investor. He invested like more than 100 startups in his portfolio. Then the next one is Ian, founder of Songkick. But I think some of you know if you follow live band. So Songkick is a website and mobile service that provides personalized news about live music events. Mm. Next one is Hiroki. Uh, so he founded Go Cutlass. So Go Cutlass make a simple way for online businesses to set up and accept direct debit payment. So right now they are UK's number one direct debit providers. And the next one is Alfred Lin. He's a venture capitalist partner at Sequoia Capital. So Sequoia Capital is a VC venture capital firm. Is one of the most successful venture capital firm in the world. They invested in Facebook, Google, Airbnb, PayPal, and so on. Very successful. And the last one is Ruska. She's a Slovenian, and she founded Belabit, a pregnancy tracking app to smartphone and monitoring device. Yeah, and uh, she recently joined one Combinator, and and right now and they already raised like more than $10 million, and is very successful. And yeah, so without further ado, let's go through the tips and the things that I want to highlight in this event. So so uh, so now this slide I'm going to cover prefix and upward link, that their advice and tips. So it's actually Patrick. He founded Stripe when he was studying in the US, and he actually founded with his brother. So he actually worked on this startup or this project Stripe in the summer vacations. He went to different places just to work on this project. So so he so the things that he want to highlight is this startup is a very strange phenomenon. It's like startup highly should be should be in a way that very high growth rate, and sometimes good company are often ignored, and it seems like a bad idea, but actually they are not. They're very successful at the end. Also, few people maybe don't know about if working in a startup, it is easy, difficult, but actually it's very difficult and very you have to spend a lot of time working tirelessly to achieve your goal. So and then you always have a problem like why is this not working, why we have no customer, why we are not growing, and this and that. So the favorite lesson that he highlighted was start out by making 100 user really happy rather than try to try to satisfy a lot more user and make them a little bit happy. Yeah. So so what I say, the title is like the lead startup machine. So you have to start in a lead startup machine methods. So you start step by step. First, you have to discover who's your customer, and then trying to see who's your customer, and then after that, talk about them to your products, about show them the product, and then get some feedback, and then try to improve the product from one step by one step. So 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 actually Stripe only get launched after 19 months of beta testing. So they take quite a long time, very long time. And in this process, they actually talk to customer, try to improve the product, try to improve the Stripe in in a good way so that 100 customers, so that customers are very happy for the products. Yeah. So so this is the advice from Patrick. And for Alfred Lin, so he said that the startup grow rate is a non-linear growth rate. So you have to be very persistent and don't give up because and since he's a venture capitalist and he know actually the trends of how this startup grow, and he says the company that started with personal passion and personal pain will do better in startup. And 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 as he said that it is non-linearity, so it have to be exponentially growth chart. So so if you see at the beginning, you will see that the growth rate is so low and so flat, and it actually take a lot of time to make it fly, make it exponential grow. So so what you're gonna say is you have to stick with it. Just don't give up and try to hang on it as much as you can. If you really believe it and if you really believe it, the market, try to hang on it and do your best and at one day in my life. Okay, and and you have to make sure that you are solving the real problem and you are solving the hard problem that nobody else is solving, so that you have the uniqueness to talk about your products and do a good customer development so that you can really address the the hard the hard problems that people face. Yeah. So this is the tips that I highlighted from these two speaker, Patrick and Alfred Min. So next I would highlight is Edora. She actually started. I mean, she actually took 3 years to start Homejoy. So before that, she working on different of ideas with her brother and try to find out the way that how to solve problems for the society, and they actually solving problems that the problem that they didn't have in the past 3 years before they. I mean, in in 3 years previous, they're trying to solve the problems that they don't have, but they're trying to solve problems that other people have. But at the end, it was not successful. But at the end of, I mean, almost end of year three, and in her apartment, they found that her apartment is so dirty because she actually lived with her brothers, and then from that point, and then they were thinking, hey, why? Hey, I think we need to clean our apartment. So she actually tried to go to go outside and try to hire some cleaner, and they actually find it very hard to find cleaner. So so from there they started thinking about, hey, why not we try we we start a platform for client to connect to the cleaner. So 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 the Homejoy won at that point. Yeah. So our lesson is trying. I mean, trying different kind of ideas, and then if you find out if it doesn't work out, then you just have to let it go and then try different kind of ideas. So this is what she is her advice, and just keep on going, never give up, and keep on going. Yeah. Failure actually actually in a startup world, if you fail once it's okay, if you fall twice it's okay. Well, everybody don't want to fail, but if it's fail it's okay. You learn from mistake and you'll be a stronger and you'll be a better entrepreneur in the next one. Yeah, this is her advice, which is I kind of like it. Yeah. Then the next one is L, Songkick, founder of Songkick. So he gave three tips: grat- grat- gratification, growth, and economic. So gratification is about creating something people want. Once you found something that works, you have focus on incremental improvement that improve the gratifying experience. So you want to create something that is like whoa when people look at it, whoa, and after that you try to improve the whole experience along the way. So so this gratification means that you have to build a great product, very good product. And then after that, grow. So grow is about how people find your products. So there's no way to get this right if you don't gratification it right. So if you got it right, then you have a great product and you'll grow in the most fundamental way, which is mouth to mouth. So it's word of mouth. So people will recommend to their friends, recommend to their families. But if you want to grow it faster and easier, then you need to spend money advertising. And then at the end is economic. So once economic, so economic is about how you make money, and how you make money is all about customer. So you need to satisfy your customer with a gratification effect, and then you have to reach your customer as much as you can, so it's grow. So this is the three tips and advice that from Ian, and I think it's very useful for the wannabe entrepreneur and the entrepreneur. Yeah. So next one is Haruki. Yeah, Haruki, founder of Go Cutlass. So 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 there are like 4 points that you mentioned. Start now, focus, the momentum, and be an emotional cockroach. Uh-huh. So start now. So if you have an idea, just do it right away. Just don't wait. Don't plan. Don't think too much. Just start it right away. And and sometimes you don't even know that you started. Yeah, some you don't even know you started. You have these kind of ideas a long time ago, but you didn't start it. So you have to. You think you have a good idea, get started. Yeah. And then and then once you started, then you have to be careful with the ideas that you have. Like you have like hundreds of ideas, but you have to prioritize which idea that you want to focus and crystal focus on that idea and make that idea happening and realize it with this idea. Okay. And if if this idea fail, and then you try another one. So you have to be focused, crystal focused. If this fail, then you change. If it fail, then you change. And then you also have to focus on the momentum. So because when you started an idea, then you feel like you are very motivated, and then once you raise couples hundreds of thousands, then your momentum may be So you have to keep it motivate yourself, and you have to motivate your team. It's very important. So so even you manage to raise your first seed funding, you have a long way to go. So you always have to keep the momentum in healthy levels and push it to the edge. Yeah. And the next one is be an emotional cockroach. What does really mean? So okay, so you have to be emotionally unaffected by many events in startup because you will face up and down very often. Like by Hiroki, they got rejected like 60 times by various kind of investors. It's very pain in heart, pain in the heart. Uh, but at the end, you have to stick with it and try very hard, stick with your ideas and trying to win an investment and trying to make it work it out. So so the lesson is do not affected by the negativity that you face along the journey. Be positive and also you have to know the reality if you could manage. So you have to know that you are solving a good problem. Yeah. Okay. So so that's it. And next will be Paul. Yeah, Paul is a founder and creator. He's a creator of Gmail, and he gave like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points. And he say as a founder, as a first time entrepreneur or founders, you you don't know anything. So you have to be open. You are beginner. You have to be open. You have to be always open to learn. Your idea has to be open as well to improve, accept advice, accept the advice that you think is good. You have to be very open to any sort of ideas, the way of doing methods. In the case of you are first time founder, and you are open to learn. So you have to be very open to learn as much as you can. And then the next one is refresh. So when you're going through the startup journey, you will have a lot of stress, a lot of problems that going through in your mind, and then going through your startup, like for example, employees problem, funding problems, schedules problem, and this and that, client problems, and you have to be always refresh yourself, refresh your team, focus the right goal and refresh, and you have to be stay calm to solve this kind of problem, to solve this kind of hectic processes that during your journey of startup. And once and then once you know this kind you face this kind of different kind of problem in your startup or even you fail, so what you can do is just say yes and thank you because you may learn a lot of stuff from those events. Uh, Here's his advice. And also choose the interesting part, choose the more interesting part. Mm, So because if you choose something interesting, you probably will going to learn something new. So even if it's work if it didn't work out, it's okay. You learn something new, and and you have to explore something that are unexplored, and have to explore something that extraordinary. Yeah, this is how he he create Gmail, and yeah, so you have to be in an interesting part, not just a boring part or a less interesting part. So this is a number four advice from him. And then another thing is you have to love what you do. So you have to passionate of for your ideas. You have to passionate on your ideas. Uh, like Alfred Link say that you have to love what you do. You have to solve solve the ideas that are passions that you face by yourself. So it's very important that you have to love what you do so that you are motivated to go on. And then the next last one is maintain healthy disregard. impossible. So okay, so Paul mentions that motivation. So Paul mentions that it is to rather fail in something awesome than succeeding in something boring. So this is what he said, that so you want to do some things on a very, I mean, you have, even if it is okay that to fail in some things very challenging rather than you succeeding in a very boring stuff. And this is what he say. And also at the end he said that he liked to be in a place that where history is happening. He liked to make history. This is why Jimmy born. Yeah. So this is his advice. And the next one is the journey to Y Combinator. Okay, it's Oscar. She's a recently joined Y Combinator, and she founded Bellabit, and is wearable technologies that self-tracking pregnancy, pregnancy, and she's Slovenian and she's from Eastern Europe, and I mean, she said that having a startup is like being repeatedly punched in the face. Yeah. So so this means that startup is a very hard journey, and it's very challenging journey, and it's not for everyone, but it's worth it. You could learn a lot of lessons by going through this startup journey. So they actually Bellabit actually rebuilt many prototypes several times, and so that they can address what actually the patients wanted to use, what they really want, and never lose sight of what they really trying to do. It's very important. So you have to crystallize. You have to very focus on the goals of the company and the products. And she said that Europe it is a tough market, and it's very fragmented market, and you have to, I mean, you have to work harder compared to in a market in US. So yeah, so they actually went through a lot of hardship before going to Y Combinator, and she they actually won a pioneer competitions, and then and in that event a Y Combinator partners went to them and told, hey, why don't you apply for Y Combinator? And at the end, yeah, they admitted to Y Combinator, and now they are multi-million dollar companies. So what kept them surviving was a strong team and a great product. So yeah, so this is the last speaker that I address, and I hope how this is interesting for you all. And yeah, and then as to conclude, if you have an ideas in your mind and you think it's going to disrupt the market, or you think it is very useful for the user, the target user, please start it now. So okay, you can start it in a part-time basis. You don't need to start it in a full-time basis, of course, because you need cash to live. Yeah, you start it in a part-time basis, and then you improve it, bootstrapping, and try to talk to customer and this and that, and using the startup, using the lead startup machine methods. Yeah, if you're interested, please check that out, and it is very helpful. That's a method that how you really develop a products that people love. Yeah. And then startup is not for everyone, yes, of course, because it is a very challenging journey, and is also very risky journey. And yeah, it is very worth it, because you will learn a lot of things, but but you have to depend on what your life goal is. And of course, when you go through startup journey, you don't give up. Okay, you don't give up because as many speakers say that at the beginning you won't see anything. At the beginning of first year, second year, or even third year, your growth rate will be like almost flat. And once you hit a sweet spot, once you develop some things that, or you improve the something that the customer really really love, then if you it will go very very fast, like a hockey stick diagram. Yeah. And, yeah, and also make sure that you have solving customer problem. This is very very important. Yeah, you solve your problem, but you have to make sure that you're also solving similar kind of problems that other people facing. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. This is my presentation, and I take about 32 minutes to finish my presentation. And I'm not so sure how many people seeing this presentation, so maybe I can have a Q&A session. Let's see. Um, okay, seems that nobody. I'm not so sure if somebody looking at it, but it's okay, no problem. So, if you have any questions, please, tweet me, yeah. And if you would like to, watch the full video, the full speech of this startup event, please go to YouTube and search for Startup School Europe 2014. Then you will find a playlist that all speaker, yeah, of all speakers. Then you can take a look and try to see the details that of the speech. Okay, and I think that's it. So please connect me. I mean through LinkedIn, through Twitter. Yeah, please feel free to add me and communicate with me. I'm happy to uh, to talk to you. And then yeah, and then for EMA members, I'm founding a entrepreneur network in EMA, and if you're interested, also please tweet me and add me in LinkedIn, and hopefully, yeah, you will be part of the entrepreneur network, and there will be more and more webinars going to organize in that network, and then there will be a very established entrepreneurs going to talk about their experience, yeah, and all those entrepreneurs are from EMA. Okay, thank you so much, and I have to go now. Thank you. Bye.